everybody.
What's going on, everybody? Is my mic working?
What's up?
Hey, yeah, it
What's
actually
on?
worked.
Way to start the show.
All right.
Is
All
my
right.
mic working? All right.
It's how I start the show every week. It's literally
It
our
is
show
exciting.
opener. Okay.
I'm excited that it's working.
So what's up?
Not much.
We're
Playing a lot
getting
of
so
Sudoku.
good at this.
We do good or bad every year. You never know what you're going to get.
Welcome to the greatest show on the internet
The world, in the whole world.
regarding VR.
The universe.
I'm gonna have to see Rotten Tomatoes' opinion on that.
Oh man, you trust those people? They throw tomatoes.
Rotten ones at that.
Oh man, that's rude.
That's weird.
Oh.
So I think we have about an hour until the introductions are over. So let's start.
No worries. Well, let's start with the most important one today. We have a guest.
Yeah, I'm here.
Welcome,
It's
Neat,
Neat.
to the show.
Hello.
That's so neat.
Okay.
How did you end up getting into our Discord and into the guild?
Yeah.
Zenith.
Okay, yeah, that
Yes,
makes sense.
we all met there.
He was in
Where's
pretty
the-
early.
I was
Where's
in
our
very
word
early.
Yeah.
I was in
He
very
was-
early.
I don't
He
remember
was
you being in the
there-
Discord like that. Was he early in there? Okay,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just didn't know. Okay,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, Neat. I missed you.
He
In the days of way back.
didn't talk much. I remember you talking like 3 or 4 times and then just never hearing from you again. And then all of a sudden you showed up again like a month ago.
Yeah, because I
Like-
stopped playing Zenith and I just went to do other things.
We all did.
What did you
That's
main?
okay.
What was your main class in Zenith? What subclass or whatever did you play in Zenith?
I was a Blade Master DPS for
Okay,
a while. But now I'm just like I'm all the subclasses now when I play.
Right?
But I haven't played in like 3 days, which is surprising.
3 days, dang.
So did you get back into it pretty hardcore?
Yeah. There's new games coming out, so I've been trying to play some new games.
Yeah,
Alright.
So not an addict. Just somebody
I was.
who enjoys it. He's a recovering addict.
I think most of us qualified as addicts for a while.
Oh yeah, we
Oh, yeah,
went
I
in
was-
hard on.
I was leveling up during my lunch breaks. I would get off for 30 minutes from work and put the headset on and get like a level or 2 on my character.
I'd say that
Definitely a
qualifies.
problem.
Yeah, I was
Skipping
when
meals.
the new update came out. I was playing from like you could say 5 in the afternoon to like 6 in the morning,
He had us do the same damn thing. We were trying to go to bed. He
and that was like every day. And then I slowed down and stopped because I was like, hey, I got Zenith, but I got college. I should do that.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do that.
Sometimes.
It's the only.
But anyways,
game,
yeah.
It's the only game that you can replace like drugs instead of the name, and like it would sound like the story makes sense.
So, Neat, what
Why
other
are
VR games are you
MMOs like
into?
that?
Well, right now, I'm playing Green Hell VR.
How is that? I haven't seen much footage of it yet.
I've been having a blast. I got it. I bought it. And I was gonna wait for it to come out on Rift, but it's delayed. So I bought it on Quest, and I wanted to try it out. I went from playing I was gonna play for like 1 hour, and then I went from like 1 hour to 4 hours in one day, and then I was like, oh my god, this is like the perfect survival game. I was having so much fun.
Multiplayer?
I was gonna wait for the multiplayer.
That's what I'm waiting for.
But I love survival games, so I was like, I kept seeing all these clips of the game, and I was like, I need to get this like now.
Have you played The Forest?
I've never played The Forest, but I've seen the entire game.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Multiplayer.
Yeah,
How many people?
I don't
I'm
think
not
there's
even
a-
sure.
I mean,
I think
is
it's
it like
4.
open?
I think
I
it's
want to
4.
say
It is.
4 to
It is
8
open.
or something like that.
Something?
Most survival games are 4. usually, especially those ones.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I was just thinking when you said that. Like, I'm trying to think. Are there other cases where a game came out on Quest but not the Rift? It's usually the other way around, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, and the developers of the game said that Meta is just not looking at their game, like because Meta's so focused on Quest now. PCVR is not really their main priority right now.
Mhm.
So like it came out on Steam, but I don't like Steam VR. I'm not a fan of it. So
I'm just curious, why not?
well,
Please,
at
please
least for
elaborate.
me, like Steam VR games just never run as well as Oculus games on my PC.
Hmm.
So
Man, I am the
Might be
exact
PC power.
opposite.
Yeah, interesting. That's
so
weird.
because like I bought Blade and Sorcery on Steam, but I play it on Oculus mode now, and it runs so much better than on Steam VR.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, well, that's good. Yeah, and I also we played After the Fall together too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's another one we were all enjoying.
yeah. I haven't played that in a couple days, but I'm kind of annoyed about the bug that happened in the game recently.
Oh yeah, didn't you lose a bunch of stuff?
Yeah, I lost all the progress on Master and Nightmare mode. So that's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that actually is a bummer though, Neat.
Yeah.
We're in a different zone because we hadn't even completed that much, so like we totally didn't have that issue, but you're definitely getting that problem.
Yeah, because when that game first came out, I was all over it. It was a great game.
Yeah, it
But now
is good.
and now just everything reset. So now I'm just hoping they release the fits for it eventually.
Yeah.
Which they're saying they will, but
So-
who knows?
Can you elaborate further on what the glitch was? To my understanding, a lot of people lost a little bit of progress in the
So-
hardest modes.
So they released a new hard mode in the game, like
Mhm.
it's called horror mode, I believe. And to unlock it, you need to have every level completed on Nightmare. And to have Nightmare unlocked, you need every level completed on Master. Pretty much everybody's progress of completions on Master and Nightmare were completely deleted. So it said that you had 0 completions now. So you don't unlock, and you didn't have any new modes unlocked anymore. So you gotta redo all the completions on all the levels to do it again. So
That does sound annoying. I don't
Yeah.
think I made it that far, so I probably wasn't affected all that much. But at the same time, as somebody who's enjoying the game, it's like, oh no, I have to play more of one of my favorite games.
It's different for us because Neat had already put in a lot of time on it. I'm pretty
yeah, I
sure.
have like probably every item in the game, but
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plus Meta said that actually there was an issue where the zombies were glitching and moving
Yeah.
incredibly fast, and
Oh,
where
man.
when you were like, do you remember when we were playing the one time and I told you that you and Meta were like moving all crazy?
Yeah.
Apparently, all the zombies had that motion,
Oh,
and
man.
Yeah.
like when you were shooting, like they were not where you thought they were because they were glitching so bad. And I'm like, oh my god, this is such a
And-
shame because I was so excited for playing it because there were so little problems with the game when we got it. Like we would just play it and it would be pretty much fine. There was that one time with you guys, but other than that, I mean, I've really had very little issues with it, so it's a shame. I'm like, geez, glitches.
yeah, and there even is still the issue where zombies get stuck in the walls or floors or ceilings, and then you just have to like try to find them.
But that's some zombie shit. As long as they're sticking out of the wall or something, I didn't feel too hard.
Well, one time me and Meta, me and Meta were playing by ourselves, just me and him, and we got stuck on a level because we couldn't find the zombie that was stuck, and we had to quit out.
That's happened to me before too.
Yeah.
It's because you
Been
guys
there.
should have worked harder.
We threw multiple warheads, okay? And
Oh,
could not find him.
Search more.
That's actually that's as much as you could do if you're not even just shooting, but
Find
throwing
him in
warheads.
the wall. Find the wall, zombie. Oh
But-
man. What now? What's it called? One of the topics we wanted to talk about was games that you play and then also where people are playing not in VR at the same time. Ladies,
That
have
is
you ever
the
experienced
worst
any?
description I have ever heard someone
I
try
know
to
it's pretty
make
layman.
of a
It's a game
genre.
where somebody's playing in VR and other people
Asymmetrical
are
multiplayer.
joining in the game,
Crossplay.
multiplayer.
not playing.
Well, it's
That's
not
one of the
crossplay
games.
because the
It's
whole idea
yeah.
is like, you know, someone's in VR and someone else is on a completely different platform playing a different game almost, like Akron.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, it's
But-
called asymmetrical game multiplayer. So, where someone's playing on the VR and someone's on a computer. Like it's different if it's an entire game put for both. Like if it's two different games pretty much for the VR and the desktop. If it's the same game, it's just crossplay.
How,
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's just
how does
I
this
see.
game that you're talking about? How did this particular game work? What was the game? How did it work?
Of the game I've played.
Yes.
So it was like kind of like I guess you could call it Where is Waldo type game.
Oh.
Where there's this big VR guy. There was two games I played, and there would be all these pretty much characters all over the map, and one of them is the PC player, and he has to try to blend in with all the other little guys, and the big robot guy has to find the little guy before the little guy finishes all his like tasks around the map, and it was really fun because like you had to like play as an NPC to pretty much like hide from the VR guy.
This sounds
Oh,
like
that's
the borrowers. Like you're playing as a borrower trying to like steal stuff from a
Yeah.
house while the big humans are trying to find you.
Dude, there's an
Cool.
anime version of The Borrowers. Love it.
Yeah, Arietti, is that what you're talking about?
Arietti, yeah.
Yeah,
Good
it's
job.
fantastic for sure.
That's interesting.
I'll
So
have to check that out.
how many? Sorry.
It's a completely side rail everything.
No, but so how many is it? Like just one against one, or is it multiple? Like
you can have multiple, yeah.
okay.
So it goes. I think the one I played, I think it went up to like 4. There's other ones that I've seen that went up like to like way more than that. So it's really interesting.
Just for the terminology, it was asynchronous, right? For that.
Asymmetrical?
Asymmetrical? Yeah, no, it's asymmetrical, but is that what's the term for when it's like a survival style game where one guy is the big bad guy and then all the other people are like lesser in a normal video game? What is it the same term? I thought it was.
It's the same. It's probably the same term.
I think but it's different. Like sometimes it's one person VR, others not. But then other times you can do it.
It's the same concept where one person, because like you're talking about that hunting game. What was it called? It was really big for like 3 days, and then no one gave a shit.
Well,
about
there's
it.
other ones. Like there's a Friday the 13th one, Predator. There's a Predator one where there's one Predator and a bunch of other Marines.
But it's
yeah.
it's kind of the same idea because you've got one thing with like even your controls are different for if you're the bad guy,
Yes,
and
exactly.
then you've got
Yep.
your hunters. It's the same idea, but it is
But
fun in
For
VR.
different platforms. Yeah.
The yeah, there's a little bit of a difference between crossplay, but specifically, one of the games that comes to mind for me is Akron, the squirrel game.
I just got to
know-
play that last week.
Good. So
It's
we'll
pretty
have something
fun.
to talk about.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think Bonley's also gotten to play.
Yeah.
Is there
Yeah, what
anybody
was
else
your
here who's
experience?
played?
No.
No, nobody else? Okay, I had a lot of fun. I just had 2 other people to play with, so we ended up utilizing the bots a little bit. But it was a blast because with the bots, we had to turn the bots all the way up for it to be competitive because I was just whooping their asses. Because like, you're a tree throwing like stuff at squirrels, trying to stop them from taking your acorns, essentially. And if you're halfway accurate at throwing stuff in VR, then you're really competitive as the tree. So you have to have a lot of actual humans playing against you for it to be competitive. But it was a whole lot of fun. I was like sniping them while they were behind stuff, and yeah, it was a
Sorry,
blast. What about you,
I need to-
Bonley?
Well, do you want to play the clip first, and then I'll
Sure.
talk about it?
They kept hiding right at the base of me, and I couldn't see them because I was looking around. So you just share a game code, and people who have the free app installed on their smartphone can join in. We should play a little bit of it. I don't know how difficult it'll be to stream from people's phone perspectives, but I'd be happy to share some of the VR perspective.
It'd be easy to do, and I agree. I brought that up way back when we were doing the beta test for Demio,
Yeah.
because that's why we all have Acron now, is because we did the Demio beta, and they gave
you
us
picked Acron
2 free
too?
games.
Oh yeah, I forgot
I got-
about that.
I got
Yeah.
Acron and Cookout.
We're losers.
I did
How was
too.
Cookout?
Haven't touched it yet. Haven't touched Acron either.
Hey,
Jose was so
Yeah.
disappointed.
you have a if you look in the Google Drive, there is a 20-minute clip of me playing Cookout, and it's pretty funny. And at the end, I'm definitely going crazy on the robots because I like lose patience, and we might need to clip it and just clip the last like 3-4 minutes of it because I think it's some pretty funny footage. But what's it called for Akron? Akron, I had a blast with it because like for the kiddos and whatnot to play, it was really easy. Whereas VR tends to be harder for some of the younger ages to sort of maneuver it. Obviously they can play app games, and so having like the kids and things on the phone running around interacting with you playing the game was a lot of fun. And not only like Sermato said, are you sniping them, but when the squirrels get close to you, you can actually pick the squirrel up itself.
What?
look
I didn't
at
know
it, and
that.
hold it. Oh yeah, you can grab
You can
them,
chuck them?
and then you can throw them across
Oh
the thing.
man,
Yeah.
I can't wait to do
Yeah.
that next time. Thank you for that
and
tip.
so yeah, no
might-
doubt. And so
I love
when I
throwing.
brought it, oh, yeah, it's so funny. So it's like on the phone they get lifted up, and you're like holding them in front of you, and then you're like.
They
boom,
kept
and
hiding right
throw
at
them
the
across
base of me, and I couldn't see
Yeah.
them because I was like
They would be
looking around
behind
like
you
this.
sometimes. Yeah, they get behind you, and then I'd reach back and pick them
Oh,
up.
I
like,
can't wait to snatch one of them
"Ooh,"
next
throw
time
'em
and
out
chuck 'em.
there, yeah.
Grass
Yeah.
across the-
But
So there's 3 things that you
What
can
were you
throw.
saying? I'm
One of
sorry.
them. Oh, sorry. Did I interrupt?
I
you?
was just saying I wanted her as a squirrel so I could chuck her ass.
Nice. So there's 3 weapons in the
Nice.
game when you're playing as the tree. There's like a sap bomb that like slows the squirrels down in a particular area. There's just the plain old, I don't know what it is, but you chuck it and it just hits them and they get hurt. And then there's like an explosive root ball or something. I don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you
sure.
have to either hit 2 of those together or hit it with the ball to make it blow up. And so my strategy was to pick up one of those and the ball and chuck that and try to hit it with the ball when it got close to a group of enemies. And one of the times I killed all of them all at once right at the beginning of the round because I just like sniped it all the way over to their spawn point. It was hilarious.
That's funny. But yeah, I went up to my mother-in-law's place, and my brother-in-law was back from service for the Air Force, and his kids were there, and my kids were there, and we were all there. So we got 7 people, squirrels, 7 humans as squirrels. And he was
Nice.
on the headset, and it was like one of his first experiences getting on it was his first experience on the headset beyond just the intro where you're playing with things and
Sure.
flying the little craft and whatnot. So he had the best time, like watching him play that
Mhm.
with all the kids running around as squirrels and him picking them up and throwing them and doing it and stuff. I mean, it was a great experience, and it was something that connected them because his kids are way too young to jump on the VR and actually enjoy it.
Sure.
But they could play app games, and so to have this like cool experience with him, he loved it. Yeah, so that game it's pretty neat. So when it's done well, it's done well. I know they have that other game. What is it? The explosive one, or
Nobody talked or something.
yeah, Nobody Talk or something. Has anybody tried that one? Because that looked pretty
I've heard of
interesting.
it.
I
You've heard of
watched
it.
a lot of it on Twitch when it came out. Keep
I-
talking and nobody dies or something.
I heard
like
it.
that.
I heard
Nobody explodes.
Oh,
I heard it.
Yeah,
I
that's-
played that
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
back. I played
Yeah,
it
we
back
did.
when we had VR and like the phone VRs. That's where I played it in a long time ago. I don't know how old I was then, but
I was gonna
that's
say
when I
that's
played it.
that's
Gear
2017
VR.
VR for you, man.
Yeah, it
VR,
was.
I have it.
I went to a friend's house and we played that. And it was so much fun.
How many of us did have the phone VR experience first? Of
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I never owned one, but
I did.
So Zay and
Right away.
Kay, neither of you, how did you get into VR first?
I can't remember.
There was
They got tricked into buying a headset,
Oh,
probably for their
yeah.
kids.
No.
But these aren't really sweet
Oh,
sunglasses.
oh.
Damn.
But anyways, no, we went to. I worked with a guy who had like the Quest 2, and he used to have VR parties, and I used to hear about it all the time. And so I was like, I've always wanted to try
What does
it.
that mean? Wait, hold on. He used to have
Got
VR
money.
parties.
Yes, he's got money,
The
so
LAN
he
party.
can buy a
How
bunch
many
of.
headsets did he have?
I want to say he has 6. They've got.
Damn.
He's got
Okay.
money. He's like a Google, like everything is all Google programmed. He can tap his phone and have his temperature and everything in his house all hooked up. Like he's ridiculous.
All right.
And he was always telling me about it, and I didn't ever go play, but I would hear them talk about these parties that he would have, and it just sounded so fun. And Kay and I went on a family trip. We went to Memphis to this. It was a zombie VR thing with my best friend who came out from Oregon, and we had so much fun. Like, it was so fun. So then we were like, we have to get one. We have to get a headset. So that's how we got it, but we never played it before.
Yeah, we started from the primitive, whatever you want to call it.
The
Well, the
prehistoric.
initial.
It was
Yeah.
great though, because you didn't have 6 DoF, so anytime you moved your head like that, the whole world moved with your head. It was wonderful. Never made me want to throw up all the time.
I would say made you
Like,
want to.
you had to sit in one spot because if you moved like that, everything would get thrown off because it
I had
didn't
no
know you were
problems.
moving. Of course you didn't. No one even asked you, Bonely. Come on.
No sleep.
Poor Bo.
So I've got another clip here from Neat.
Oh yeah, let's check.
This is of another
check this
game you like to play, I'm guessing.
yeah, I've played it a lot. I even played professionally in it.
Professional.
Play that clip.
Holy shit. Yeah, let's.
Let's see Zay
So
on
we
blast.
For Z. For Z.
Does it start out faded to black? Okay.
Oh,
Oh, Echo.
Oh, Echo.
I still haven't played this game. I think I have it installed
Me
though.
neither.
Oh, I've got the one player game is one of my favorite one players, so, and I've always wanted to get into the multiplayer.
It reminds
Forgot
me of
about it.
Ender's Game, which is actually one of my favorite books. So
I
I'm
played
kind of
this and I
interested.
smacked myself against the wall and almost it was horrible.
I have multiple holes in my wall.
Holy,
Right.
holy
Oh my
crap. Are you guys watching this while you're talking?
Yes. And I wanted
Sometimes
to.
it
Like,
looks
you're going where
much
you're
like
trying
how
to
I
go.
imagined Ender's Game.
You have to try it, Kitty. It's like the most.
Yeah,
No,
I've been-
I've played it
I-
quite a bit.
Trippy.
I've been
I
playing
suck
this
at it,
game
though.
for 3 years now,
Wow.
and recently I've technically retired from professional play because the game got really the
Repetitive?
community got toxic, and
Um,
it just wasn't fun to play. Because no matter what, you would be muting everybody in the game, and it was like, what's the point in that?
That was that.
That's too bad.
I'm still in a professional team, but we don't play as much as we used to.
now,
and
when-
It's got to be difficult when you've got them all muted all the time.
I was just gonna say that. Well, no, it's interesting, like, because old games nobody had sound, but we've talked about this with other games that being able to hear everybody is like part of the fun of it. So when they take that, if you have to take that away, if you have to, then it's just no longer any fun.
Yeah, that's the issue. Is like I don't want to have everyone I play with muted, because it's just like, what's the point? And that's the good thing about professional play is that you have the other team you're playing against muted, because that's just the rules. So you only hear your teammates. So
Now,
that's nice. That's why I only play professionally.
Wait a
I don't
second.
play the
when
I don't play the game
okay,
normally.
that's what it is. Because normally you
When-
hear everybody is what you're saying.
Yeah.
when you say professional, is it a specific mode and league you're playing in, or what exactly do you mean?
Could
Yeah, I
I?
want to know.
I can send you the website link.
Are you getting paid?
Yeah, that's my like. Are you
Well-
actually like on teams?
So
Professional
how
means
the
fast.
it's a VR league that has multiple games, and this is one of
Okay.
them. And you do
Okay.
you do get paid if you get to the top of the so
Were you?
Man, I would never work for that company.
Hold on. Were you?
We will
at
pay
the
you
top of the top
eventually.
to
Well,
get paid?
so-
Did you make cash?
I got very close. I was
Very close to being
at one
professional.
point my team was 13th in the world, and
Nice.
we were very close. And then it just not every team gets there. It's
So-
very hard. It's very
Oh
competitive.
yeah, no. Oh,
Is
I'm
that
sure.
league all
crazy
VR, or is
Yeah.
it?
Yes, it's a
Flat
VR
too.
league.
What other games
Yeah.
are in that? Because that's really interesting to me. What other games are in that league?
Onward, Pavlov,
Of
Contractors,
course.
Snapshot, and Blaston.
What
Wow.
is Snapshot? Is that a hockey game?
I've never
I
heard of
don't know what
Hey,
Snapshot is.
Just real quick, I just want to point out to Sermato that like when you pop off screen, but like your mic is still on, we still hear you sneeze.
yeah. I meant to
Throwing
mute.
that out there. Okay, because you popped on mic, and your visual went off, but I
Yeah, I
still
get it.
heard
I follow.
sneeze.
Yeah, that was unintentional.
Okay,
Thank you.
Master League.
sorry. Back to the show.
Technical difficulties, okay?
Hey,
Alright.
it was
They were
funny.
popping in the normal chat, maybe.
No,
Man, it is
no.
popping off
Yeah,
over
like-
there. Holy
Like
shit.
currently, the team I'm in for the game, we're 37th in the world right now. So
Nice.
it's not bad.
How many, if you don't mind, how many teams total are there at this level?
Ooh. Let me see. There's a lot.
37 out of 1,000. Out of
And
100.
also,
Well,
just
it's separated in region, of course, because you can't have people from the other side of the world playing with other people because internet ping. It doesn't work out. So in
Well, we
the
play with people from Australia and from England, and
yeah, but
I
with
haven't
this game is very like if
It's
there's someone
precise.
on the other side of the world, they'll be teleporting and it's just like
had- fucks the game.
you can't play that.
No.
I think in the
So
In
the
Ameri-
current season, there's at least 300. I got tired of scrolling.
wow.
There's at least
there's like
300 in the
300
North America
teams with
Oh.
like 6 players each.
Nice.
League. That's pretty crazy.
I'm
I've
not
never
gonna.
heard of this before.
I know.
We're
I've never
really
heard.
bad at being VR news related people.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know?
Don't say that with Budo
I
around,
didn't know
man.
it
That's just
existed.
insulting.
I didn't know it existed until I started
dare
playing
you.
this game, and then it was
So-
like it's labeled all over the place in the game.
Has anybody
so.
said the name of the game? What's the name of the game?
Echo
Seen it.
VR?
Echo
VR.
VR.
I mean,
Don't worry,
first-
it's on like a
okay.
3-second delay on purpose, guys.
But here's the question I want to know, Nee, is how many people does it take to make one of these league like teams?
4
4.
I
players.
thought it was 6. Didn't
Well,
somebody just say 6?
It's 4 players with 2 subs, pretty much.
You
Uh,
sub
So
in game.
well, just like they're pretty much like let's say the 4 main
Alternate?
players.
You
Yeah,
have to
like-
show up with 4.
Yeah,
So-
well, yeah, you have 4 main players pretty much, and then 2 others like
Somebody
let's
can't
say
make
one.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if they can't make it.
You
put
got
it
an
up.
alternate, so they're alternates.
And then there's also some other teams that they don't abide by that, which is actually what my team does. All 6 of our players are main players, so whoever shows up plays.
Okay.
So, which
First
Wait,
a
come,
lot of
first serve.
Wait. Now I'm confused. Like, is it 4v4?
it's 4v4.
Then how is everyone playing?
They're
Well, I
not
mean,
all
like,
playing.
Bench.
He's saying that they
Bench
all
them.
get to have first right of playing based off of first come, first serve. Is that how it's working?
yeah,
So
or
there's a
whatever the captain
competition-
decides. like the captain of the team decides like, hey, let's play with these players today.
I'm sorry, Johnny, I'm benching you.
So what's a typical game night look like when you're doing that?
Yeah.
You suck last
Like,
week.
what do you mean,
Like,
like how long the games are? Or...
Yeah, like let's
play
say,
multiple games?
so I'm assuming it's kind of like a tournament style. So you're running through brackets or something?
Yes, there's multiple ranks. It goes from bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and then the master division, which is the top 10.
Okay, so at your level, like on any given night, like I'm sure there's like scheduled events or whatnot, and then on those events, like when you're playing, do you play like a series of games against another team, or do you play several of another team, or how does that work?
So every week, each team gets 2 games. They can schedule them anytime they want. So wherever someone can play, and then the games are two best out of 3 rounds. What is...
Sorry, we get a little wild in here, but no.
Okay.
Yeah, it's best out of 3 rounds. 10 minutes each for each round. So it's pretty much first to win 2.
So weekly, it's like an hour a week investment just for the tournament, and then obviously you're practicing.
Like, are you guys
stuff.
in the same night? Are you guys switching teams up between the 6 of you on the same run, like on any given night?
Yeah, I would say we switch up a lot, like because there you get 2 games, but you have an option of a 3rd game at any time you want. So it's recently they've made the league a lot more professional. Because it was like semi-professional, but now they're like really strict on everything. So,
yeah, that's a lot going on.
They're strict on the rules now, and they're adding more rules to the teams. Where if you don't schedule your matches in time, you can get punished. Your captain can get suspended from a couple days. Like they're trying to make it where like you gotta schedule your games like properly, because they have a whole system, to put games in, and they have like a ranking system,
which we did with our racing league. So it's not like
are you paying dues or anything to be a part of that league?
No, you're not paying anything.
Oh
so
man,
play.
As soon as I heard of this, I was like, "Oh man, we got to get in on this somehow."
Sounds like council needs a VR team.
Represent.
Yeah,
so we can be at the bottom, unless Ronaldo's there.
Playing. You know how Kay and I did.
I think I'd be pretty decent at it. It looks
they
fun.
said 4, and we were like, this corner right here.
And at the moment, it's like off season right now, so it's kind of just like where just practice, and we scrimmage against teams. That's why I missed the stream from last week. I was in an Echo scrimmage that I didn't know I had, but my captain was like, "Hey, get on in 10 minutes." I'm like, "Okay."
See, I didn't know that was something scheduled. I thought you were just fucking around in the game.
No, it's
man, that guy cracks quite the whip.
I've been in a lot of teams in the league too, because you don't ever stay with one team. I've been in a lot, but it's fun. But I've started getting bored of the game itself and not just like the league.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like most of my team is kind of just tired of the game's community, but they want to still play, but they just don't have the energy to deal with people.
Well, if you don't have to talk to the people when you're playing, how much are you dealing with these people?
Well, the issue is that because you talk to them at the beginning, because you log in, you guys can talk.
You just be like,
well, that's
just
the
wait
thing.
for the game to start. Like, get away from me.
And then also when the game is done, when you finish the rounds and you win, let's say you win or lose, you go into like this intermission where everybody's there and they can all talk.
Are you
And,
still able to
people-
mute them in those lobbies?
Yes, you can usually.
Yeah, I just mute them, like give them the thumbs up the whole time, like.
But the game used to be a fun community, is what he's saying.
Yeah, it
So
was
there
really
was a lot
fun.
of fun happening at those times.
Which
and
is,
now it's a lot of
which is how the
crazy
Dash
bullshit.
Dash League was. Even though we were all
And-
competitive, we were all joking with each other.
Also, the toxic community like kind of leaves the game and goes into like Discord, and
I believe
the moderators of the league, they can't do anything to someone that goes on Discord and like in private DMs and like just says some
Oh, no,
terrible
man.
things. They just can't do
I guess
anything
it's just
about that.
I guess it's just a different. I don't know if it's a generational thing and whatnot, but like when I was growing up and playing sports and like being in certain like, man, you need a thicker skin than a lot of people have right now. Like,
Well,
I'm just saying like these. It's like there's so many options to block and mute and different
Yeah.
things. Like people are always
He's-
going to talk shit.
he's
People are
not
always gonna
talking
be
about-
assholes.
He's not talking
It's
about
like-
shit talking. He's saying early on it was fun to play because people were fun.
Yeah,
Now
here,
people are
yeah. Here's
just
the difference,
assholes.
Bo. Like I used to get, I tried to get as thick a skin as I could, but I used to get bullied and shit and have dumbass shit said to me, and that wasn't fun to me. But then when I would skateboard, then that community wasn't like that. So if all of a sudden like my skateboarding community became something different to me, and I was like, that's not what I was looking for. Like I don't want to need to have thick skin. I kind of just want to
Yeah.
hang out with people that I'm digging
Right.
and grooving with.
So
guess
my
it's
my
just-
argument. Oh, go ahead, Boonley.
No,
Oh,
you get
the
the
only-
stick.
Okay, I got the
go
stick.
ahead.
Fuck you, Bonley. So my argument is that I think what you're experiencing has a lot to do with games that have matchmaking, because I feel like as you get better at a game, as people get better at a game, they get more invested, and that's when the toxicity starts to come out for a lot of
Yeah.
gamers. Is once they think they're good at the game, it's like, how dare you also be good?
Yeah, because
And-
it's because mainly it's the public play of the game. Because the professional league, like it's fairly toxic and everything, but it's not as bad. Like it's playable. Because they have rules. The professional play, you have rules to abide to. If you be toxic in the game, you can get banned if it's serious enough.
Well, how much are you playing that's not professional if you're playing professional?
No, because like there's the public, there's like the the actual game, and then there's the professional side of it, and sometimes you don't always want to be playing professionally. You want to go have some fun with some people playing the game normally once in a while. Because professional plays fun, but you don't always want to be playing it. It just kind of like gets annoying. So you want to go have some fun with some friends in public games, but it's so hard when people are just like so
Yeah.
just like
Well, is it? Well, do you think it's just because it's a like what about this game is bringing it out? It's just because it's. I mean, it's a straight
competitive.
competitive game.
yeah,
Right.
straight
So
competitive.
anything competitive is going to be aggressive. It's
Yeah,
the nature
I'm
of
fine.
the beast with anything.
I'm fine with like a little bit of trash talk, like that's fine, but like it gets like to like bad levels in this game. It can like racism, sexism gets really bad, and it's just kind of like it doesn't directly bother me, but it gets annoying because it's just like the game is
Yeah, it's not what you're looking for. It's not
Yeah.
what you're looking for in that realm, and it's changed to that. But it's like any game that gets super
Yeah.
competitive is going to be like that, And with the levels you're talking about, I've been around all of that stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, it's and people just it's always going to be like that. Sometimes, like when it's sports, the same way. It's like when you're playing things that are competitive, it's going to be crazy. Like
So that
you know-
is a big generational difference what you're talking about, because I mean I know it's the reason I wasn't involved with a lot of sports growing up, is because I mean there is a level of shit talking I'm okay with, but when it starts getting personal and like
yeah.
some of these people like go after
it's
you.
something to get.
Like,
It's something to get used to.
They find
And
you
then
on
once you're used to
Facebook
it-
and they start fucking around with you on Facebook, and then they come and
Oh,
do the other
yeah.
shit you're doing.
Because
Like
the
that,
amount
that's-
of
it's just a
That's
crazy
That's like-
level of
that's
being an
harassment.
asshole.
like
Now
the
that
amount
is
of
next
time
level.
Exactly.
the amount of
We wanted to be your
times
friend. That was not harassment. We wanted to be your friend.
well, like the amount of
We're gonna leave
times
that up to the
I'll be
Warriors.
playing the game, like I'll be playing a public match and someone gets so mad at me, they find my Discord profile to just trash talk on there. It's like You really go for all this just to like hate on me.
No.
So
is.
this is giving
Discord, I
me
can
some
see
Rocket
being
League
like that.
flashbacks. I had somebody once. I blocked somebody once, and he friended one of my friends just to tell that guy how much he hated me.
Anybody can
It's
talk shit to
amazing.
me as Bonely
Yeah.
in a Discord. I could care less. If you take it to my personal life or the personal page, that's where I think the
Yeah.
line is crossed.
But
So as
also-
Well,
long
and
as you
that
keep it
that's
in
the
game
idea.
and you
Is, I
keep
mean,
it at
these guys
Bonely
are
and you
just
keep it at that. But you start coming at the family or you start taking it to that level, that's a whole nother level.
Another thing is that like it's not just the community of the game, but kind of like the developers of the game. I love them because they made a great game. They also made Lone Echo 1 and 2, which are incredible games.
I haven't done 2 yet. Oh, I forgot about it.
2 is amazing.
I
had
was
so
waiting
much
for
fun.
2. I didn't even realize it came out.
Yeah,
me
so
neither.
and the developers in the game is like they've kind of left the game because they don't really fit because there's a lot of bugs in the game that have been in the game for years now, and they're really focused on making money right now, which is fine because they need money because their only money that they're getting is from Lone Echo 1 and 2, so they started adding like a battle pass pretty much to the free game. So you buy it and you earn like cosmetics, and I'm fine with that. Like cosmetics, cool. But they've kind of like only been doing that for I think months now. They haven't released a single update just to fix like bugs. And once they did, I think they did like 2 months ago or a month ago, they released their first ever update to fix bugs, and it broke the game even more. It was unplayable for
Seems
like
to be
2
a
weeks.
theme.
It was
Seems to be common.
it was unplayable for about 3 weeks because they broke it so badly where no matter your computer, your frame rate is just you didn't have frame rate. It was just so broken, and they've kind of just
And
left
after the
the
fall.
bug fixing and it's like, oh, let's just give tons of cosmetics.
Yeah.
It's a little annoying, but I like the game. It's just I'm trying to move on from it because I kind of have this weird like, oh, I don't want to play anymore, but like I somehow always get pulled into it.
Well, we're glad that while moving away from that, you've moved into our group of weirdos.
So we're going to be jumping into Echo VR after the show today.
Are we actually?
No,
no. Oh, thank God. I don't want to play. I tried to play for my I haven't played
Wait, for
public.
real?
I haven't played public play in that game for like 7 weeks. I tried to play
Well,
today. Well, because I was taking like a break off the game, and I like playing with my team only, so I only played with them. But I tried to play public play by myself today, and I was losing my shit.
So, quick question
Well,
for
I
you
can
about
tell
the
you this.
gameplay. Oh, hold on, Billy, one
Oh,
second.
go ahead. Yeah, I want to hear this.
Is 4v4 the only play mode option? Is there any sort of 2v2, or is the map size just only suited for 4v4?
That's the issue with the game. That's all they have is 4v4.
Okay.
And there's one other mode in the game that no one knows about because they've released it and then they kind of like left it away. It was Echo Combat. It's part of the game. It's still in the game. It was like a $10 add-on to the game, and it was a whole different version of the game. It was pretty much you had guns, you had weapons, and it was like think of Overwatch, but in this game with zero gravity.
Yeah.
There was payload, there was capture point, and it's such a good game mode. But they kind of like they released it and then never touched it again. And it's the community of that side is really small, and that's probably why, because the community on the arena, like the other game mode, is so big compared to the other one. So they kind of just like only pay attention to the other side, which still doesn't have much attention since there's only one game mode, and that's 4v4. And that's been like that the game's been out for 6 years, and they've never changed. I think they changed once. It was 3v3, and then they swapped to 4v4, and then that was it. That's the only change they ever made.
Well, I'll tell you this, Neat. If our little group went into the little group thing for Echo, you might have a different experience.
Oh yeah, we could get.
I mean, the other people are still going to be assholes, Bonely. We can't control that.
Oh, no, I'm
Yeah.
just saying. No, I think I would enjoy the assholes.
That's our
I kinda
secret
wanna
to
go in there
enjoying
just
everything
for
we
that.
do in VR. It's
I
just
just
us
wanna-
playing with each other. That's
Yeah.
why we like
Yeah,
all these
that's
games
what the
so
guild's all
much.
about. That's
I'm gonna start charging y'all bastards. You
What?
Yeah.
Did I miss something?
Wait,
I like the
she
non-
hasn't been charging the rest of you?
I don't even know where that
You're getting
joke came
paid?
from.
that was a membership. That was a membership. That was a
Somebody
membership.
else getting paid?
Want to be paid?
Sorry, Nate.
I'm not getting paid right now.
Yeah.
Can't work.
You gotta play with us more because we play with each other, like Kitty say.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
I didn't know what I said, apparently.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I play with myself a lot too, but that's just
anyways,
because I've really been getting into No Man's Sky.
You know
Man,
what?
speaking of No
I
Man's
don't even
Sky.
hear you because I keep asking you to take me with you. It doesn't have to be solo play, Kitty.
it's hard to hook up, and it's in No Man's Sky.
Is it?
It's
It's not,
it's
hard
not
to
that
hook up.
hard. It's not that hard. You're right. I just haven't done it.
You have to get to a certain point in the storyline before it's easy.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Once you've got the anomaly, you can do whatever you
You'll
want.
find me.
Yeah.
And then if you meet up with Neat, he'll give you like $37 billion, and then you can
He
do
gave you
whatever
37
you
billion?
want.
Damn.
Million.
I
Million.
gave him like 30 million or something like that. I don't know.
That's
I've got
It's
a lot,
around, it's
too.
around 30 million.
I was gonna give I
Bastard.
think it was Sormado. I was gonna give you like $1 billion, but you left before you could
Oh,
go.
shit.
He was,
Well,
he
on
was
That's what I get.
trying to hand you the billion as you were leaving. It's
I'm like,
just,
bye.
no, I don't want that.
And
Yeah,
this is,
'cause
Then-
and I want to make a note on No Man's Sky that's cool is that it's different than the asymmetrical games we were talking about. Is that it's cross-play, that some of us are playing
So
VR and
cool.
some of us are playing, normal old school
And
style.
yeah, it's crossplay with ad spots and everything, console
It's
and
so
all.
Yeah.
good on the deck.
And they're very different games, even though they are the same game and same mechanic. I think they did a good job on the VR. My
I
computer
think
does
they
have
could
trouble
do
with
a
it.
much better job.
You could do
It's
better.
it's very weird for me because honestly, a year and a half ago, I thought they did an amazing job. I was really impressed. I was like, man, it feels like they made it ground up for VR.
At the
And
time,
now I've
Moving those
played a bunch of
goalposts.
VR games,
Yeah.
or I jump back into it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
man, they should have done this. They should have done that.
I know.
Well, they
Like-
stopped.
They,
They
might
stopped.
swing back
work
around to
on
working
it.
on VR stuff. Oh, are
Hopefully.
they done all together?
Well, like they were working on it a lot, and then as they progressed, they just stopped working on it and just only focusing on the desktop version. Like they release maybe when they release an update, they probably add a couple things to VR so the VR works with the update, but they've never like looked back and optimized it.
No,
better.
they don't optimize. They just fix all the things they screw up with each update. Because an update
They
will
might get
mess
around
things
to
up
it.
and then
I
they
mean,
patch it.
Yeah,
it seems
and
like a
that's
labor
it.
of love type of game. The
There
guy
was
could took the money and run 5 years ago or however
Because
long
there's just
ago
no
he made it.
optimization to the game. Is that and VR is a little just finicky with
It's
everybody.
finicky. So I because I was enjoying the VR version of it, I didn't want to start playing it flat again because I started flat and went to VR, and for me at the time, it was pretty revolutionary for VR because it was a little bit earlier on. So
It's such a big game too. I mean, having that in VR must be mind blowing.
Yeah, I can't really
Hey,
play it in VR properly. It's
It's hard.
laggy
it screws up.
and-
Yeah, laggy.
and
Really.
I finally got it to work. It's just the game doesn't look good on my VR headset since I did all these, lowering the resolution and stuff like that to like the perfect level where the game runs. So, and it's just the game doesn't look pleasing to play.
So next gen headsets, it'll be amazing on, is what I'm hearing.
Oh yeah, like if it's still going in the next gen, then it could be. Or if you have a really good computer, you just need like a hardcore computer probably to make it smoother. I would hope
Well,
that it might not even be it.
yeah, because I've like when I was having my issues, I would search up on like how to fix these, and there's people with like top of the line PCs just
Still
also
having trouble too.
still having trouble,
So it just may be the platform. It's
Yeah,
just
and
VR
it-
is too much to handle.
and it's also just the
It'll
also
get there.
kind of like luck
It'll
as
get
well. Some people never had issues with the game ever, and they're just like their PC just was able to work with it.
That's
And
interesting.
So
Yeah.
Yep, I could see that.
Could be certain chipsets run it better for whatever reason.
Yeah,
and
like-
so
like
part
for
of the gaming
me-
community has them, and some of the community
Like for-
doesn't.
yeah, like for me, like a lot of people don't like AirLink, but AirLink is just amazing for me. It runs so well. But then people online are like, it's virtual desktops is better. But virtual desktop, every time I try to use it, it's so laggy and it's just terrible. But
They
AirLink
both
just
kind of suck for me so far.
AirLink runs so perfectly for me. Like only issue I have is like with Steam games. AirLink is kind of bugged
That's all I
out.
would want to use it for. What the hell else are you doing besides Steam games using AirLink?
I got Oculus.
He does
got
Rift
Rift.
games. He
I
does
got
Rift
Rift.
games.
Okay.
Which I will admit, AirLink does work better with those for me too. Like
Yeah.
AirLink has a hard
That
time with
makes sense.
Steam, but it does make sense.
Yeah, because I play Zenith on Rift now.
K and Zay are both use Steam a lot. They and your quarter. Are your computers just really good, or what's up with that?
Duh.
Yeah.
It was good like that.
I don't know if it's really good, because I do graphic design and video and stuff. So, I mean, it's decent. And so far, I haven't really had any problems.
Graphic
Doing
design,
anything.
that's what I do. A little bit of.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, my dad's a graphic designer. So
Oh,
I kind of use a lot of the things he does.
I'm a
So-
Photoshop woman.
Did you make the graphic that's in your
My logo?
window frame? Yeah.
I didn't make the actual logo, but I made different versions of it. Like I found like what the logo looked like online, and I just made my own version of it, different colors and different designs.
Mhm.
This
Nice.
one, I have another design one, but I don't know where it is. I have to find it somewhere. Because I haven't touched Photoshop and all that stuff in a while. Because I like film, so that's what I'm working on right now.
Are you what recording produce what are you doing with film?
Well, I don't have a lot of access to a lot of things, so right now editing, just making stuff. I would like to be a cinematographer.
Mhm.
That would be fun. Because I just don't have access to an actual camera to really do much with. So
But it's fun. It's rewarding.
yeah,
So, anyways, yeah, it's been fun to get to know you, Neat. This is going to be a funny thing because Kitty's usually been able to help me transition into Budo's news, but I don't know which clip it's going to be. So
It's not clearly labeled.
it should be, and it should be obvious to me, but I'm not seeing. So this might be something completely different, but it might be something also completely awesome. All right. Welcome back to Budo's News. Apparently, Kitty heard what I was trying to say and figured it out for me. I thought it was you, Sir Mulder. I was like, wait, did you know it better than I did? Yeah, so, anyways, yeah, I mean, I think the first major big news that we have to share when it comes to VR news is that Meta has ceased its requirement to have a Facebook account to log in. Although then,
Yay.
yeah,
I didn't know.
you didn't know that? Yeah, it's a new
No,
thing. Yep. Of course, they're like, you don't need a Facebook account. You just need to make a Meta account. And so, basically the same thing.
Asterix at the end.
Yeah, but it won't be. But it won't be. It won't be a immediately social account.
I don't believe
Although they're trying to encourage you to hook it up with Facebook and Instagram as much as you can. So they're I'm sure when you sign up, I haven't done it yet. I should have. I'm sure it'll be like, hey, do you want to hook up to Facebook? And you're like, no. And it's like, are you sure? Do this. And then what about Instagram? So that's probably what it's going to be like. But we can't lie that a huge turnoff for a lot of VR users has been that you have to have a Facebook account and you have to link that up with what you're doing. So now you can go to their Meta website or whatever, make a Meta account, and you can, in that process, link all the current friends that you've got from your current, Facebook connected Oculus account, transfer it all to Meta, and then you can delink your Facebook account. So that's big news because that was a huge turnoff, not just for personal users, but for people trying to use it in more, not necessarily commercial, but like public libraries are trying to get them, and it's kind of awkward to let people use a headset if they don't have a Facebook account. What, do you log into your own personal account?
Can I interject for a moment?
Yes,
I do
please
not
do.
want to use a personal use VR headset ever in my life. That sounds so disgusting, sharing it with a bunch of random strangers.
Oh yeah, no, I mean when it comes to the library usage or like a public use VR headsets, there's actually a whole standard of hygiene that you're supposed to
Oh,
do. You have
good.
to clean it down. You have all these materials. They actually, in the little seminar that I went to, they had a list of all the things to clean it properly. To clean the head straps, to clean the eye parts, to clean this, to do that. It's a whole process. It's definitely not easy, but they're actually really concerned about that for whatever reason. It's like something that
good.
happened to make us think about all those things. Even with that, I personally wouldn't want to go to a public use VR headset thing because I've got my own headset.
Yeah,
Like if they've got a cool area that I could go to, bring my own headset.
that's
I'd
the
be down
future.
with that.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that. Like, create spaces where people can do that.
Can I say that?
Yeah, please, Nate. Yeah.
So about that, like multiple people using the same headset, especially in public. Like I kind of know how that feels because I've had like tons of friends over. I'm the only one that has a VR, and it's not nice having everyone use the same VR because everyone sweats. It's not good.
I wipe mine down.
And especially my headset where I have like 3 cats. So, and no matter what I do, there's hair in my headset, and it's just can't do anything about it. So
I've gotten like I put it in a weird corner that's awkward for my cat, and then I put a towel over it. And then it's like a big heavy towel, and then like that has seemed to work at least for one cat, but 3 cats that probably won't do the trick.
yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've ever seen that they actually have one-time use overlays for the whatever you call this part that fits over your eyes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you just put it over, one-time use, and then you can just rip it off and put another one right on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that also exists. That's a whole other topic on the news that we just took a side turn into. But anyways, yeah, Meta is no longer requiring a Facebook account. That's pretty big. What's the next one we should talk about? Valve has announced that they're doing a VR Fest, their first VR Fest. It's going to be from July 18th to 25th, where they're going to be giving discounts on VR games and hopefully and likely announcing things. One thing everybody wants to hear from Valve about is them announcing this sort of standalone headset, something that's wireless. This would be a great time for them to do it, even if it's a long time out, because they were so important in the VR development game, and then Oculus has just destroyed, the market and just taken over completely. So, if Valve is going to do this thing, a VR Fest, they really should take advantage of it and try to do something to put themselves back in the market.
I would totally buy a Valve standalone headset if it was any better than the Quest 2. Like, even marginally.
Yeah.
I
If it could play Steam games, fuck yes.
I saw that
But
summer
how much would
that the VR Fest actually.
A lot.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, wow, that's like, I pumped for that because I would like to get some new games and maybe a new headset, but I don't know. I'm still saving up for hopefully the Quest 3. whenever that comes out.
I know. That is a thing. And it's
And it looks promising what they showed.
no, absolutely, yeah. And so I'm just trying to get everything figured out here. Something's going wrong with this. Okay, that's not working either. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Okay. So that's a small thing. Little, Valve trying to get back into it. I think this is interesting. Amazon Prime Day, blah blah blah. But this is kind of, if you're into VR, this should be mentioned. Is that the HTC Vive Cosmos Elite headset is 15% off at $380 right now. Doesn't come with the controllers because they're, you can control multiple Vive controllers with different headsets, but their best headset, the Cosmos Elite, is now on sale on Amazon. So that's
Is it a standalone or is it a wired or?
It's wired. It is a wired one, but it's pretty heavy duty. It's from what I've seen. I haven't done as much research as I want, but it does have the outward camera, so you don't need to set up sensors around your room.
And
Good. I hate
it
towers.
also has the Vives have a wireless option to them.
They do see. Okay, I thought it seemed kind of a little bit uncertain on when I was.
Yeah,
doing
it's like a separate thing. I think you can buy, and you can just connect it. You can get rid of the wire and just play wirelessly. So
Okay. Yeah, kind of a dongle style, which is something that definitely should exist. I just didn't know that it did as much as it does.
Wouldn't it need to have a really big battery in it? Because isn't it pulling a lot of power through that wire?
It may be.
maybe I'm not completely sure.
Yeah, but again,
Interesting.
there's always the little updates you can do. Get an external battery. I mean, VR community is, regular computer and video game modders are always modding the game itself, whereas we're modding our actual,
Yeah, my understanding of wireless Vive is like putting the computer in a backpack, like a laptop or something.
That's funny what you said, Budo, with the modding your own headsets. Because my Quest 2 is just basic normal. Now it has like a completely different strap on it with all this new stuff on it.
I've been enjoying my Bobo VR strap with the batteries. The hot swap batteries are
I have the
clutch.
same one. I didn't buy the battery one because I already had a battery pack, so I was like, I'm not gonna spend extra money just to get a second, because I have the one I have lasts 8 hours or more already. So
Nice. Yeah, that's
Okay.
more than enough.
Yeah. So, the last thing that is really interesting news is that a new HBO documentary is coming out that's about VR chat and about the VR experience. The title is "We Met in Virtual Reality," and it looks interesting. There is a cool trailer. I hoped we loaded it up, but Kitty is now in an area looking at all sorts of weird things going on. They're getting it set up to interview the winner of the Dash World. So I'm gonna try to figure out where this is. Hopefully
Okay.
downloaded.
personally, this HBO thing, I think it's weird.
It's weird, but what do you think is weird about it?
Well, I don't personally like VR chat. I'm not a fan of it, and I don't. It's just weird to me because I think it's just weird because it's VR chat, and I don't like VR chat mostly because you're hiding behind avatars, and I know I didn't want to show my face on here and everything, but I'm like one of those people that I don't like showing my face, but also don't like hiding behind an avatar of a person I'm not. So I'd rather not show anything, just a icon. Like so that's why I don't like the stuff with the VR chat anything usually, and try to stay away from all of that. Cause just I played the game once I got my VR, because that's like one of the first games anyone plays probably when they got their VR. Just
So it sounds like VR chat is kind of consequential in the story from what I've gleaned from my small exposures.
It is. Well,
we met in virtual reality, not we met in VR chat.
yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's the point. Is I'm guessing did you ever go into VR chat to meet up with friends?
No.
Yeah, so that's the difference is that they might have played VR chat without meeting up with friends, but
Yeah.
none of us played VR chat before we all had our guild set. We were all like sketched out about it. We were like, this place seems sketchy.
It doesn't look interesting without having somebody there already to go play with. I mean, there's
I
the
did
shock
play.
factor of, oh my god, it's a talking
played
rhino or whatever. But
With one of my friends. I played with one of my friends on it, and I was just like didn't have fun. It was just like
you gotta find the right worlds for sure. Like, the
You
base
need new
worlds are
friends.
lame.
I need
Oh,
new
well.
friends.
You
Wait,
have
is
to
this when we... this isn't just the other night when we both
Yep.
showed up to the Friday night event and nobody else was there, is it?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that probably sucked.
Oh,
But-
speaking of that, a couple people RSVP'd and never showed, by the way.
Oh, so
Okay,
let's-
look,
okay.
it was her fault. I told her
Wait, who are we
She
looking
don't
at?
very well. It was
So
her
we're
fault.
going to interview Bobo right now.
Oh, it's time for the Bobo interview. Woo, woo.
All right, Kitty. Check. Mic check. You might still be getting it figured out.
Budo. Sorry, I was in a moment.
But
Yeah, I don't hear them yet.
but anyways, we'll get back to what we were talking about. But yeah, no, it's interesting. I think it's only with the right people that VR chat works, and it worked with when we all played together, found fun games, and even when it was just nothing, then it became what was fun about Zenith of hanging out and finding people. But finding them in VR chat is way gnarlier than finding them in a more smaller community like Zenith, I think. So yeah, just wrap that around and yeah, we're gonna get to this interview. And yeah, we want to do that too. We want to. Oh, sorry, you can't see that, but we want to show something else. We got all sorts of things. We overplanned and underprepared. So you know,
And we under-promised and over-delivered, which is what matters. So,
I'm just here.
yeah.
good
So,
job.
and thanks for joining me. I appreciate having somebody else with different opinions, and especially to bring up the concept of the league. There's no way that we can't somehow try that stuff to at least talk about it and what it's like. You know,
Yeah.
luckily we're in off season, so it'll give us a second after we go. Yes, and yeah, was there any other specific news?
Testing. Can you hear me?
Can
Got
we-
it.
can
Got
we-
it.
I hear Buddha saying got it. Yep, it's coming through now.
That was really loud.
You're really loud.
I heard my in a long distance. My
Yeah,
Keep talking,
only
normal.
scared the crap out of me.
hello.
So far, I haven't heard Bobo say anything, though.
I may have lost my right eardrum.
I
Bobo's
think
being
you
quiet.
Same.
Well, don't be shy, Bobo. You won it all.
Scared? Are we live? We're all good now.
We're live.
Okay, so they can, even though you can't hear them.
That's. I just want to welcome my
And
man
Bobo.
to the-
Do you see the camera floating there?
Man, which pixel is Bobo?
Are we here live? What's up? We got my man Bo. He was the champ of our dash. And
Yeah.
what's bad? The vocals are bad.
Both, actually. Now Bonely's too quiet, and I think he's the pixel on the left. But, okay, it's getting a little better.
What's he saying?
I don't know, but both can't work it.
Bonely's like, you talking
You
shit?
said the stream isn't very clear.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what is this perspective? Is there like a camera thing in the game? Like, why aren't we seeing from your perspective?
There's a camera in the game.
Yeah. There's
I know that, and I don't even
There's a
play
camera
it.
right here.
Oh,
Whoa.
how adorable.
Okay, it's getting better. The resolution just sucked when it first
No,
came
it's
in.
looking good. It's looking good now.
Much better. Yeah, it's your fault, Bonely. See,
All right,
he's still too
we're gonna
quiet,
go forward
though.
with the
You gotta
interview
turn
then.
Bonely up. Oh, is it because he's not right next to
Okay.
Kitty?
Anyway, my man
Yeah, I
beats our
think so.
ass all year round. in Dash Dash.
It did feel like
And
a year.
for that, he's won this beautiful trophy created by my man Kitty,
You get to take that home with you, you know.
also who brings us on. Yeah, he has to take it home
for
with
real?
him.
Can you lift it?
If you can't
It
lift
looks
You
really
can't leave it here.
Yes. Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
This is now your
something.
responsibility. We will charge you for the removal.
Okay, we can hear you,
Here's your
Bobo.
question, now that you're in the hot seat, since I promised you one you were going to get an interview. Now, when did you purchase Dash Dash?
Oof, I think about a year ago to this date. I think maybe like a year ago, like mid July, a year ago. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah,
Nice.
maybe June.
And what made you get the?
Sir, I race in real life. I race go-karts. I'm like ranked like nationally. I also race cars. So it's only
Nice.
natural. I looked for a racing game on the Quest, and I was like, hey, I was pretty good at Mario Kart. I'll give this a shot, and it stuck with me. Yeah.
Nice. That's cool. And when you got it, was there back like a year ago? Was there a more of a vibrant community at the time? Was that when the game had first came out, or how was that close to when the game of the release? I don't actually know when the game came out initially.
Yeah, I guess the community was a little bigger. There was a bunch of content creators who were promoting the game. Maybe they were paid to do it, I don't know. But they got a bunch of in-game cosmetics and stuff like that. And that's when the game was really popping off. Like, you hit play, you get into a full lobby. And yeah, I remember those days. That was nice.
Nice. And then, like, how did you figure? Now, actually, you know what? I have to ask you this question because there's so many little tricks of the trade in the game that a lot of us don't know, right? Little nuances and things like the boost stuff about, you know, how to prolong your boost by hitting it at certain times and little things like that. Is there any other, like, little trick thing that you think, you know, now that you've won the first season, that you could let us in on, that, you know, some other, like, little tricky kind of thing that happens in the game?
I guess the most overlooked thing, honestly, that I've seen for better players, like if you look at Ronaldo or if you look at Psychedelic, one thing that I see them, I guess, missing, I guess, is really, I know it's obvious racing, but in the inside lane, you know, taking close to the corners as you can saves a lot more time than you'd actually expect, because there's a lot of little mechanics that go on with the game where you need to constantly be doing something, whether it be looking at the mini-map, looking at what items the enemies have, or conserving your boost, using it properly, trying to use their techs along with it to, you know, get your maximum speed. But what's always overlooked all the time is you're doing so many things is that easy racing line. All the way you push up right to the corner and you take a little faster than everyone else, and that's the most overlooked thing, if I would be honest.
Interesting. Now, there's another little mechanic that I'm kind of interested in. Where the fuck did he go? He's behind the trophy hiding. So, is this like a surprise? He actually just pops out on us? Like, I knew it was coming. He scared the crap out of me. Alright, so there's this other little mechanic that happened later in the season, in the playoffs, right? At Dragon Realm, that I didn't know about. And it had to do with those very annoying things that pop in front of your face and then end up exploding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, isn't something you can do with those?
A little bit. So I guess you can use that. What I usually do is, here's my trick. Is what that does is it slows you down. It doesn't stop you. So what I always did is, you know, if there's a hack coming or you get hit by a bird, that stops you. Right? I would run into the phantoms or the birds or whatever, so that would hit me and slow me down instead of fully stopping me. And it's, you know, it's things like that. So
Wait a second.
That would say,
no, that's not what I'm talking about, though. You see, I was told after the playoffs that when those things pop in front of your face, that you can swat them away and they do nothing to you.
Yes. Indeed. You can swat them away, or
Now,
you
you
can
were
shoot
gonna
them
leave
away.
us out on that little detail there. I was asking you specifically
I'm
about it,
sorry.
and you left the detail out. Were you still trying to hold
You
that
know,
to the chest?
I
Is
would.
that what's going on there?
I can't. You know, I.
Very
Oh
Rick
my
Sanchez
God,
be
you know.
breaking the fourth wall over there.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. You sneaky bastard.
Kitty
I
is
knew you
far
would do
to amuse.
that. Man, that is crazy. Oh, I thought Meta was there for a second, but Kitty was just as. That's always is always funny. That's funny, man. Let me ask you a question. Like, how did you enjoy the season, and what do you think would make season 2 even better?
Oh man, it was great. I mean, the one problem I had with the game, this entire year that I've been playing it in and out, was just the amount of players. Right? I would constantly be looking for players, and it'll be fun if there's someone else to be there with. So having a league like this is just so smart. It's such a good game, and only flaw is not have enough players, right? And getting those players every single race, a complete blast. I couldn't get over how much fun I had playing with other people in such a great game like that. And so that was amazing. I love how it was always it was always done pretty well, right? There was a leaderboard that surprised me, and that's awesome. I love the points leaderboard, and the championship was really cool. Giving everyone at the end was really nice. So that was awesome, and it was really well managed. Honestly, I didn't expect it, but you guys pulled off. It's amazing. I can't lie. Yeah.
Wow, thanks, man.
Hey, good job, Bowman. Good job.
Checks in the mail.
Yeah. The only thing I wished was and we can definitely work on that. I can absolutely help you guys. Is I think the devs are really nice. They're really kind. They're really open. They're open to feedback, constantly accepting it. I think we can do something with the devs to get in contact with them to help promote this season, because this is huge. This is honestly it's the most activity that they've gotten since the release. Honestly.
Well, they really enjoyed it. I talked to Carbo, the best friend, on Discord, and he said that they would watch our show when we were able to actually stream it correctly. And so, first of all, the very obvious thing that we have to do for next season is we all need to get prolific at streaming, so that no matter what, every Tuesday, several of us are on there streaming. That's without a doubt, so that people can watch it every week. I mean, that's the number one thing that has to get corrected with it, no doubt. And then the only other thing I would say is I'd like to build a really more of a solid group, because I know people jumped in and jumped out, which is fine and fun. I don't mind it at all. And I think even during the next season, we should still keep it like that, where it's not close to people, so that people can join wherever they want. But, I want to get consistent core group, and then also it was brought to my attention that there are some racers that are overseas and in Australia and England and things, and they were mentioning maybe about putting together like a European league that would race at a different time during the day, and then at the end us competing against each other, European champion versus the US champion, which would be really cool.
I want to see that.
I agree. That'd be really, really cool. I hope we can get players for that, because if we do that, that'd be amazing. Have different
They
leagues,
used to do
and then they
something
both
like
come
that
together.
for the league.
You're gonna have to help me promote on the Discord there. I know you're getting going the same way I am. You keep sending racers, which is awesome, and I'm on there getting racers too. So we gotta, I'm gonna put it out there about that, and then you gotta help me promote it, and then we can see what we could do. Well, I mean, of course.
We definitely need to talk to the devs, right? Because, like you're saying, they can get invested into us. So
Yeah, let
it would
them
be a
pay
good
for
idea
the
for them to see
prizes.
if we can get a better prize. I mean, not that a game is anything to throw away, but it still would be nice to have something substantial in the game.
What game is he gonna get?
I
Promotion,
think that this.
something.
Go ahead.
Oh yes, yeah. I was just saying, the devs. I think that they'd be more than open to help promote it in their own Discord. I know that there's not many people that are talking or anything like that, but even as simple as adding like a, even just a separate channel, right? Saying, hey, this is Racing League channel or whatever. Hey, we're doing this race. It's happening this time, whatever. Come join in. There's always going to be players here. That's the only reason people keep leaving the game, right? Is not because the game's bad. It's because there's not enough players, right? And knowing like, hey, right then you play right here. There's players right here. Go join. 100%. They'll get people all the time.
Now let me ask you this: if you could improve or add one thing to the Dash to make it, what would you do?
I've been built in competitiveness, so I love like fair things, and obviously there's a lot of RNG in Dash. It does give a lot of fun, crazy amount of fun, right, stuff like that. But if you're looking for the best of the best, maybe getting rid of bots and also having no items leaderboard would be amazing. I think that'd be great, and like more no bots options in the private lobbies would be great, and the no items option in the private lobbies would also be great. I would love that, honestly. Yeah.
I said that would make no sense and would be the least amount of work for these guys would be to do mirror maps. Because if you run those maps backwards, all of a sudden you've got 13 new maps for people to race just by turning them backwards. And obviously there would have to be some tweaking to them with the way the items are done and whatnot, but if they do mirror maps, it's like, boom, 13 more maps.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's not nearly as hard as you might think originally. I mean, there's a bunch of flank sections, but it'd be as simple as, obviously it wouldn't be simple, but you'd reverse the gravity in the flying sections, and hey, it's the same exact track, all track function backwards. There's not track can't function, everyone can. So yeah, I agree. That'd be amazing, and that'd be an easy, huge content boost per se.
Absolutely, that was what I thought. Now let me ask you, the last question I had is that when you won, you were able to choose a game for your winning. So what game did you choose, and how are you liking it?
Yeah, so I chose Saints Sinners. It was the one main staple game that I haven't played yet. I've played a bunch of different games. I've even played like Half-Life Alyx. I've played Boneworks. I haven't played Saints and Sinners, and I'm like, I just want a story game where I can sit down for a bunch of hours, get invested in the lore, get invested in being scared and all that, and I just got home from vacation, so sadly I haven't been able to play it, but
No.
I have it on Steam.
That's okay, but we want an update when you do play it. I want to know I want to get you back on to talk about Saints and Sinners and how you liked it.
Of course, I'd love to. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I'm gonna play it, actually tomorrow. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, congratulations again. The season was really fun. Everybody was racing you, and everybody's really impressed with, your skill there, and a lot of fun. Not only in the game, in the Discord, and in the lobbies and things, and all in all, it was just a real time, and I look forward to keeping those good times.
Yeah, I agree. It was amazing. You guys gave me a reason to look forward to something in the week every single week.
Oh.
That was amazing. Thank you for doing that.
Oh
That's
yeah,
awesome,
thanks
man.
for being part of it, dude. Like
Very cool.
Bonley said, having you around, it was a lot of fun. I think you were one of the first outside people outside of the guild to join in, and it really not only became for our asses, but it really made it for us, because otherwise I would have had to buy Surmaldo a game, and I really didn't want to do that. So
Damn you, Bobo!
but no, it was such a good time, and yeah, man, we really appreciate you again, and then popping in here and just talking to us for a few minutes. Thanks for making time for that. And when your
Don't be
avatar
a
is
stranger in other
adorable.
games, too.
I don't know if you're trying to be adorable, but you are adorable. So is that my only question after all of this
I don't
is,
see it
oh no,
because it's PCVR, so I don't
is that
know what it
a
is though, because I see it when I go to the social, and I can see what he actually is, but I can't actually see it, unfortunately.
so
Gotcha.
is that a commission, something you designed, or is it something that you were able to find out there?
Oh yeah, no, my partner or whatever commissioned it for me as a
Awesome.
birthday present.
Oh,
So,
dude, that is
yeah,
so
I'm really happy
awesome.
about that.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And
Yeah.
so it looks just like your avatar. So I was like, that's your avatar in Discord.
Yeah, I got you.
And that's awesome. I almost put that face on the trophy that I was making. And I was like, I don't know, just in case. I'll just keep everything lame and boring. But next year,
Yeah, no,
or next season, we'll have a better trophy. With your face on it, probably. I'll make it now. Just get ready for it.
Bobo's the champion, and
Woo!
everybody's gunning for him next year. That's all I have to say.
Maybe I should.
Wait,
declare-
where's
ready for you.
where's the liquor at in here?
Okay. There you go.
All right, guys.
Well, I know he can't hear me, but thanks to Bobo for joining us in our first
Good.
VR interview.
that
Something
was
that
awesome,
we've
man.
been wanting to do for like
Of course.
18
Yeah,
episodes.
thank you for doing this. I want to. Yeah, I do want to.
All right, that was fun.
Jeez.
So I think we're probably going to be wrapping it up here pretty soon. This has been another really fun episode, though, with you guys. Thank you guys for joining. Does anybody have anything? I think there's a clip that the Leakies wanted to share before we bounce for the night. Do we have that ready to roll?
I don't know.
You know, you've been doing pretty good so far. You've got my vote of confidence there, Budo.
Should I just play this clip and I don't know what it is?
Play that clip!
We'll find out. We'll just find out. Oh, wait. No, it's not still news. Oh, wait.
Part of
My
me wanted
hat's
you to
still up.
commit. Yeah,
Okay,
part of me
no,
wanted you to
no,
commit.
I
and
gotta
just be
remember, wait.
it's time for more news.
Right. I was thinking about keeping the hat on until we ended the show and then starting the show with the hat or something.
I mean, it's too late to lose the hat at this point. I mean, it
All
still
right,
says the news down in the corner too. So it's a simulation in a simulation, Morty. In a simulation.
If we wait
In a
until
news
Kitty
show.
gets back, then we should
Oh,
we
man.
should know it. I don't know why we're
Wednesday.
in this view. I want a better view, but there we go. There we go. That's better. Can we do this one? Oh, I see. That's what Kitty's talking about. Okay.
So we were talking about No Man's Sky earlier, and I just have to mention, because of my background, that it plays really great on the deck. I was worried because it's such a cool game, but it does really actually play really well. I tried to stream it from my computer to the deck, and that did not work very well. It was laggy, and actually it crashed.
Downloaded it. Yeah.
But yeah, so then I installed it onto the deck, and it's fucking beautiful.
Kitty, good job. Good job. You
Can
got
you guys
that
hear me?
working well. Yep, that worked well,
That
dude.
was nice. Yeah, I mean
But
the
can you
audio
hear
could have
me?
been a little better, but yes, I can hear.
That's hard to do. Getting
Yeah.
that audio right is hard.
Getting audio working with VR chat. We're just between the computer. Like,
I missed the claps. What
I
the
need to
fuck?
go take a master class.
Boo.
Only we clap.
Boo.
Boo. What?
No, it was a good show. You did good.
I may have talked trash about you.
I knew Shimada was talking shit. I could feel it in my bones. I knew it.
In your bonely bones? Oh.
In my bonely bones. How did it go though? It sounded. It looked okay.
It wasn't.
It
a
started
pro,
out rough.
but we could understand it all. But we can understand it all once you got to the interview. It kind of was like we had the background. It was like the behind the scenes of you trying to set it up. It was like
So, we are still live in case we were wanting to talk about how it went after the show.
no. I know. I was talking about that. No, I think everybody should know that. I think
No, I don't give a shit. If it wasn't working, it wasn't working.
because
Just
to me, like a VR
They just
interview. was
put
pretty
herself
fun.
in a smoke cloud or something. I don't know what's going on there.
Oh, wait, how do I turn off the news with Budo? But it's not actually
Yeah,
done. 'cause it's
bring our
not
names
on.
back. Everybody needs to
Oh,
know.
it's still the news.
Because we
I'm
still wanna
excited.
look at
Man,
things.
that's a quite a long news segment. I like it.
Okay, now the hat needs to poof off here.
Okay, and this concludes Budo's news.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I missed it. Oh,
So the file type.
Where's
is
Budo's
wrong
news
for
stinger?
that movie,
No,
so that's
the
why
Budo's
it's not
news is
playing.
over. Stinger.
File type.
Oh.
Let me try.
Stinger,
I'm gonna
stinger.
You just
try
can't
a
convert it
different
on the fly.
method here. That's what I'm working on.
Hurry up, jeez.
All right. Okay. I'm going to say because we've heard your laugh quite a lot. But how you doing, Kayleeki?
I'm doing
Have you been having any time to play VR this last week?
A little bit. We've been playing a little bit of everything. Let me just say that. Just a little
What
bit
does
of everything.
that mean? The heck? What does that mean? Okay. What does that mean?
Scary nonsense. A little bit of. What else did we play?
There's rumors of a clip.
Yes,
Yeah.
there
Are
is a clip.
rumors.
She's probably trying not to
So
spoil it.
don't spoil the clip. Yeah, just in case.
Don't spoil it. It's
Got
just a
about
rumor.
40% on it. So
And
let's
if
see.
we don't get it tonight, then that's actually just a great cliffhanger for next episode.
Oh my god.
No,
what
it's
is
not.
the clip
Episode.
about? What's the game about?
Yeah.
We have to know.
It has a story to it, kind
A
of.
stole to it?
It's a story to it. Yeah,
A
A
something like that.
story? A story.
There's a story,
Story.
guys. What is this, third
We
grade?
got
We're going to make fun of
story.
speech impediments now?
He,
Oh, if only.
Only if you have one, Kitty.
I do. I hide it pretty well, though.
I have one too.
Now I'm on the lookout for it.
he's developing your
See,
grill.
I didn't want to post this on the Leaky's TikTok yet because I wanted to get your guys' reaction.
Oh, you want
We
you
need
want,
the
you want us to be
exclusive.
here.
We need the exclusive footage here.
And I just want
Release
you to know,
We're at
the
70%.
footage. Release
Oh my god.
the footage.
AVP and Zayviki tried to give it to me for Budo's news, but it just didn't work out. We're getting things figured out.
I'm glad it didn't work out. I wanted to see it.
We have other.
How dare you? You tried to preempt us and show the
Oh,
clip
that's a good
without
point. That would have
us,
happened. That would have
So-
been bad.
without
So while we're
my
waiting-
reaction.
While we're waiting, Neat, how much you regretting coming on the show tonight?
I don't regret it. I didn't have anything to do, so this was nice to have some fun.
That's why I'm
Can
here
we?
too.
Can we? Can we use that? Can we use that quote? Do you mind?
It's nice. I didn't have anything else
Crimson
to do,
Council.
so-
Crimson Council. One step up from nothing to do.
Oh man.
So me, I have a question.
It's better than nothing.
It was this or sit and look at a wall. This barely won. Barely.
I went back to
Really,
the wall.
really neat. You added a lot of cool little bits tonight.
Yeah.
I was gonna say how much I like Neat being on the show, especially with Avatar Man missing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is he not
Oh.
here?
Who?
I didn't know.
Just not.
I
You guys
just
just
Oh, that's
not
not
noticed
nice.
Meta's not here?
That's not nice. That's not nice. Shame on every one of you. Shame. Shame.
Did you see that chick, that blonde blue hair busted, thinking she looked like the shit? Like she looked like shit. And she was fine and all that.
Man, she's so extra. I can't stand her.
I can't either. I be wanting to just bust some bottle over her, a bottle of shampoo on that nasty ass head of hers. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Why does that do stare
I
at
think
her?
I'm gonna drink. You
Yeah.
want
but
another
why-
drink?
Yeah, but why is he over? Is he looking at me, girl? You all right?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, girl.
Oh gosh. I'm so sorry. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
I know you ain't messing with my girl. What? I see you looking. I wasn't ready. You weren't ready. You wasn't. Get off my. We are not. Oh shit. Oh, shit. Oh,
The cops are coming. We gotta go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
we need to get the hell up out of here, cause you know me and the popo don't go good. I got like a couple warrants out.
The popo's over there.
Oh, shit. Girl,
Over here.
let's
Come on, let's go this way.
come in.
Let's go. Let's go.
They're
Why
right
made me
there.
laugh so hard?
They're right there. There they are. Right there. And right there. Right there. And right there. We got him. We got him,
Oh,
guys.
that was
We got him.
that was wonderful. The dick punch.
Oh
was
my God. I was
favorite part.
crying.
Good job,
I was
ladies.
crying. I was
Good job,
crying.
ladies. Good
The
job.
visual, it's like you looked at how tall he was, then looked right down on his balls and were like, and then the next shot is him on the ground. I was like, oh, got him.
I couldn't help but notice that she got really drunk right at the beginning and then sobered up like that right before the fight started.
How the fuck did you get that third person view cam of you guys fucking everybody up? What was that?
You can select like the camera view, so it's like security camera view. And so I went first person.
Yo,
Security camera.
yo, that shit was something. That was something. You grabbed the bat and started beating him with the bat. I was like, oh man, they're going ahead. Then you pick the guy up and start swinging him around. I was like, oh shit. I thought we were going to a horror show. Then all of a sudden you guys are drinking and drunken bar fight. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah. So that's what we did this weekend. Is we got a little drunk.
Oh, that's funny.
It was a little fun.
That was funny.
Oh, that looks like
That was
Thanks for that.
I hadn't considered really getting that game, and now I kind of just want to get it just to drink and play with you guys.
like,
That content was phenomenal. I mean, I need to see more of what happens on their mission. Those two ladies, now that they're on the run, I can't wait to see the next episode of what they're
They're
doing.
gonna go
now
back to
they're
that
on the
bar.
run.
People always return to the scene of the crime.
I bet they'll go to the airport and try to leave. They might even go to the airport and try to get out of there.
We had a whole scenario of us going out because we were tired at work, and we went to a wedding. We went to the
Make a
grocery
show.
store.
Do it.
Yeah, that's part of it. But yeah, that was just a sneak peek that we wanted to give you guys. So you guys
So good. More. Yes. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And the production quality, just totally over our show's head. Just.
Same with, just
I
like,
mean,
just like
just-
my intro.
Wow.
You know,
That was-
just overdue.
We tried just a little bit.
But
That was awesome.
that reminded me of like how Grand Theft Auto online players have taken the modding to a new level and done their role playing within the game. Like that was like that. Yeah.
That's what we're, you guys have to wait until you see The Exorcist. That game.
Oh yes.
No, it is terrifying, and I can't show you guys what I did because this one.
It's
couldn't-
not my fault. It's not my fault. I was too tall. I couldn't pick anything up.
No, it wasn't. Her adult diapers didn't hold well.
That depends.
Whoa! Damn it!
You did it, Bowling.
It's puntastic.
Yeah, that was really funny. I love it.
So
I love
me,
that one in the chat.
before we end the chat, you know, the real big question that we have to ask is because we are half and half sleeveless and half sleeves. What do you go with? What are we going with?
It depends. Actually, I need to know what Neat's wearing.
Oh shit.
I'm just short sleeves.
Ah,
That's what's up. Represent.
we lost. 3-4. 3-4.
Without a headset.
I don't.
Wait,
What?
Zay's got one sleeve and one no sleeve. What is that?
She
I'm
rolled
black
one
and
up.
white.
She's a half and half. She's got the half,
Super cool.
half
She's
and
We're
half.
trendsetting
going
again.
there. Bonely, we're going Bonely. Yeah. Yeah.
Even the kids like it.
Even.
Yep. No, that was
Anyways,
fun. Kitty
that was
is
great.
super. Kitty's
out
looking
that TikTok.
suspicious over there. What do you
Check
got
out the
going on in your
Leakies.
mind over there, Kitty?
We're just only getting started. The Leakies are only getting started. And we're only getting started. All of this is just going to expand wildly. And we've kept it consistent for 18 episodes. Congratulations to us.
Hey, where's our cheer? Play our cheer.
I think
Yay.
it's a good job. Honestly.
Yeah. Man, we've come a long way. Keep it going.
We have come along.
I can't hear Zay Leaky over
all of
the
us,
cheering.
all of us except, All of us except Zayliki have headphones. She tried to pretend she had headphones, but she borrowed them from someone earlier in the episode.
I don't need them.
Cool.
I don't need them.
She has transcended headphones.
Yeah.
Are you wearing headphones?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Somebody got
so-
buzzed.
Who was me?
Oh, I'm not taking credit for that.
All right. Well, Samaldo hasn't done a countdown yet of how many times we're going to say goodbye.
I
Let's
just wasn't
wait
going to
another
do it
hour to
tonight.
go.
I was
Let's just
intentionally
keep
not
going.
doing it. I wanted to see how long it would take you guys to say something.
William just got here, so now we have to go another half hour.
Oh yeah, the show starts now. This was all
He's here.
pre-show.
Let's start over. Let's go.
Pre-show, all
Keep
pre-show.
Keep going.
What's up, William? How's it going, man?
Let's say just pick a
We need
phrase
to
on an
stick
April
around
and just
longer
start
just to prove that
looking at
somebody was hanging in the chat.
And William's been jumping into No Man's Sky with us too. We've all been playing it flat. I noticed when I saw him today, his arms were moving like crazy, so I'm guessing he was in VR.
Yeah, I played with him, me and him, and he was just on VR. It was kind of fun.
I mean, as glitchy as VR is, just the ability to like look at a wrist and like pull up a hologram, like that's some future stuff that I dreamt about as a kid. I'm like, oh, I get to do my
Dick Tracy? No, I'm outdating you there. I'm outdating you there.
No, it's way
I
beyond.
had like a Dick Tracy NES game, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, they had the wristwatch with the face on it.
No, to me, it's more like a more human version of like a Predator wrist thing. Like when I think of a wrist thing, I think of the Predator wrist thing, like a
You
big
dreamt of
thing.
being the Predator?
Maybe.
Oh.
I said a Predator.
He's got the awesomest. He's got the
Have a
awesomest
seat, bud,
dreadlocks.
Pluto. Have a seat.
And his, I know.
Predators are amazing.
I mean, that's the coolest alien. I love that alien.
How did we get on Predators? I got distracted by the chat and I came back and you guys were talking about Predators.
I'm not sure either. If it makes you feel any better.
Okay.
No, I know that could sound bad, but no. But you know what I mean? The self-destruct wrist thing. But like
Oh,
to
sure.
me, I was like, I thought if you made that wrist device, but like a holographic device, this is an imaginary character I created when I was 10 years old.
Do you know?
And
there's
I was
a
like,
game
he would
out
have
there
a
called
thing.
Fallout.
Oh, sighting.
And you should see the way the wrist works in Fallout.
I'm more of a Skyrim guy.
I love Skyrim too.
Oh, the sighting.
Oh, what? We got some guests.
Who's that mystery lady? Hold on.
Wait,
Oh. the cat sound effect is classic. Nice.
Let me get the kitty.
Yeah.
Oh, we all about that pussy too. Don't worry.
Whoa.
What? I'm glad you're wearing headphones.
Kitty. I have to talk to you after the show.
You don't know if his headphones are also like, you might be doing speaker plus
You
headphones.
should have cut it right then.
He's just been wearing his headphones this whole time. It's all coming out of his tablet.
It was just a mind trick the whole time, just to fuck with you guys because you were coming at me so hard. I was like, they'll never know. They'll never know. This is fun.
So yeah, so this week,
William, relax.
He's all like, "How you doing, little lady? Where did she go?"
William plays a lot of VR chat. You're slow down there, William.
But I know we're wrapping it up. I just want to repeat again, Bonely and Kitty, did a good job on that VR interview. I mean,
Thank
it
you.
wasn't perfect, but it was great. It worked. It totally worked.
Fuck you.
It was fun.
What do you mean?
called
Oh, you did
feedback,
good. It
Bonely.
wasn't
It's
perfect.
okay.
Wasn't perfect.
It wasn't.
But you guys tried to do it, and then you
I'm
gave
gonna
it
be
up.
honest.
I feel
You
like
want me
what
to
he's
lie?
saying
I can lie
is
to you all day
the
long.
interview
Yeah,
was
lie
great,
to me.
but from the
Fucking
technical
lie to
side,
me,
it
bro.
could have been better.
Tell me it was
Bonely.
awesome.
Bonely.
Lie to me. Thank you. I feel better now.
So you're never loud enough for me.
So-
You're never loud enough for me. They're able to talk over you because
Me?
you're not as loud as they are. Yes.
Me?
Yes.
What?
What about now? Is this any better?
That's a bit better.
What
A
happened?
little bit better.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Meat's lost. Let's see. I can keep going a little bit more. That's about as loud as I can get.
Blast it. Oh, sorry, you shouldn't take my advice.
But
I just hope
his
we do
audio
the please,
device
please
doesn't work.
thing again.
Are we gonna try to do that? Does Neat know how to do it?
Do what?
No one knows
Do
how to
what?
do it, so it doesn't matter.
Do what? Wait, what? Do what? I didn't hear it.
Okay, Neat. Okay. After Boney says please.
Oh no, he's gonna teach him the please.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because you brought it up.
It's very cringy. I wanted to just get messed up. Just start it, and it'll get fucked up.
Neat. Just say the word please after Boney, and it's not gonna work. Don't worry.
Yeah. Until next time, please.
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 Please.